Friday of the fifth week of Lent, April 11, 2025, Memorial of St. Stanislaus, our Bishop and Martyr. As we prepare to enter Holy Week, our readings present the struggles of just one. But our joy in today's reading is that we already know the result of Christ's suffering and death, and how he triumphs over sin and death. We know that God is glorified in his death and his resurrection. Like the psalmist said, I called the Lord in my distress, and he came to my help. Jeremiah heard people conspiring and plotting against him and cried out, I hear the whisperings of many, terror on every side. Let us denounce him. His adversaries did not overcome him, for the Lord was with him. Similarly, we can draw a parallel, a link to what happened to Jesus during his passion. People shouted before Pilate in condemnation of Jesus, crucify him, crucify him. Likewise, the words of Jesus on the night before he suffered, that someone who dipped his hand in a dish with him will betray him. The betrayal of a close friend can be hurtful and has the power to leave an everlasting wound and everlasting damage on others. Jeremiah experienced it and lamented the horror of such behavior. Keeping one's tongue in check and avoiding slandering and plotting against someone's fall is essential. Instead, one can engage in ways to be a helping hand that can uplift a people. Sometimes even good intentions can be misjudged and misunderstood. So regardless of what you do, people will talk in favor or against you. The goal is to be in the habit of doing the right thing, regardless of the comments that trail you are behind. Jeremiah did not let the words of his adversaries change his faith in God. All those who were my friends are on the watch for my misstep of mine. Perhaps he will be trapped, then we can prevail and take our vengeance on him. Jeremiah 20:10. The trials of Prophet Jeremiah tell us it can be challenging to do the right thing and to be just. Nevertheless, despite his challenges, he persevered. Jeremiah and the psalmist commonly relied on God's intervention in times of difficulty and against their adversaries. In my distress, I called upon the Lord, and he heard my voice. God came to their rescue in a time of great need. It calls for trust, faith, and dependence on God as you do the needful. In the Gospel, Jesus continues his dialogue and teachings with the Jews. As we near the end of the Lenten season, we are about to enter the joy of Easter glory, suffering and death, the Paschal mystery. At the same time, as we near a Holy Week, the momentum of aggression against Jesus regarding his teachings and his identity as the Son of God is on the increase. Lately, we have been hearing so much from Jesus and his identity as one in being with the Father, I am. Jesus made it known that he is in the Father and that the Father is in him, which is why he is accused of blasphemy. Eventually, this will lead to more attacks and rejection, resulting in his death. Jesus deployed all manners of persuasion to appeal to his listeners, but still some were adamant about their old ways and refused to change. Jesus retreated to the river Jordan, where he first began his ministry, and John baptized him. In today's gospel, while some opposed him, some were open to accepting his message. When many saw his work, they realized what John had said about him was true, and believed in him. Many had argued that they persecuted him not for his work, but for his blasphemy, that is, for making himself God. By baptism, we are the new Israelites. The words of Jesus are still the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Are you opposing his teachings by your way of life or worldly sophistry? Do you believe Jesus and Father are one as we profess in our creed? Do you believe in his teachings that he is God's Son and made man for our salvation? We are not different from those who persecuted Jesus if we fail to turn from our old habits and addictions. He came that we may have life and have it full by destroying sin and death. He calls us to a life of grace. He is the way, the truth, and the life. His words are spirit and life. Jesus called on his adversaries to look at his good work, come to the knowledge of the truth, and believe in him. May his words open our hearts and minds and draw us close to him as we celebrate his passion, death, and resurrection. Many people testified. John performed no sign, but everything John said about this man was true. You have a blessed day.